Scientists just discovered complex organic molecules on Saturn's moon Enceladus, the same chemical building blocks that form on Earth's deep-sea hydrothermal vents, where life is thought to have first emerged. And these molecules are fresh, minutes old in fact, from a hidden ocean that's been brewing this chemistry for possibly tens or hundreds of millions of years. Enceladus shouldn't even be that interesting. It's smaller than the length of the UK, covered in ice and 1 billion kilometers from the sun. Sounds like the perfect recipe for a dead ball of ice, right? But somehow, it's not. It has massive ice geysers erupting from its south pole, shooting material at 800 miles per hour into space. So much ice that it continuously feeds Saturn's entire E-ring. This is cryovolcanism, ice volcanoes powered by a liquid ocean. Saturn's gravity squeezes Enceladus every orbit, generating enough tidal friction to keep the water from completely freezing. Although the ice is generally thick, it thins to just a few kilometers at the south pole, allowing that subsurface ocean to erupt. And those geysers? They're throwing samples directly at us. We don't even need to drill. Enceladus is spewing its guts into space. For years, the Cassini space probe sampled Saturn's E-ring. Scientists found organic molecules and salts, but those grains had been floating in space for years, maybe even decades, blasted by radiation, pulverized by micrometeorites. Any delicate chemistry was likely altered or long gone. But scientists wanted to know what's happening in that ocean right now. What's the fresh chemistry, not the weathered remnants? Then, in 2015, Cassini flew directly through the plumes at almost 18 kilometers per second, ripping through the densest part 50 kilometers above the surface. Ice grains hit the spacecraft so hard they vaporized into ions instantly. That violence was key. At lower speeds, water molecules cluster together and overwhelm your instruments, masking signals arriving from organic species. But at high speeds, the water shatters cleanly, leaving pure signals from whatever else was frozen inside. Scientists analyzed the ice grains back then and detected some organic molecules, but there was a bigger story hiding in the data. Using new analytical techniques, researchers recently re-examined that 2015 data and uncovered molecules they'd missed the first time. Benzene-like aromatics, aldehydes that bridge the gap to amino acids, compounds found in cell membranes, and the chemical precursors to DNA and RNA. It's a near-complete prebiotic chemistry set, identical to what surrounds Earth's hydrothermal vents. There's this concept in astrobiology called SNOPs, the 6 elements that are essential for life. Enceladus has 5 confirmed. Sulfur's the only one that's not been directly detected, but chemical models say it's almost definitely there. On Earth, hydrothermal vents support entire ecosystems in complete darkness. Microbes harvest energy from hydrogen, methane, and sulfur compounds. Everything else feeds on them. Enceladus has the same setup. Water circulating through a rocky core, getting heated, reacting with minerals, and erupting back out loaded with dissolved gases and organics. If life exists at Earth's vents, there's no chemical reason why it couldn't exist in Enceladus's ocean. But this study didn't find life, it found the ingredients. But these match the exact chemical fingerprints of active hydrothermal systems here on Earth. So the evidence looks strong. Strong enough that the European Space Agency has identified Enceladus as the most compelling target for their next large-class mission. So the question isn't, could life exist there? It's, if life isn't there, why not? What stopped it? And that's exactly why we need to go back to Enceladus and find out. If it were up to you, how would you design a space mission to find out if Enceladus was really alive? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives into the latest discoveries across our solar system.